Question for you. Ever seen Route 66? You're looking at it right now. Yeah, I'm parked on Route 66. You might be asking, why am I parked on Route 66? That's because I've been in a hotel room for the last 3 days, a very historic hotel, the El Rancho in Gallup, New Mexico. Let me show you this amazing hotel and stay to the end, because would I recommend you stay here or not? And share with you why I'm actually at a hotel, not staying in my van. This is the very famous El Rancho Hotel, built in the 1930s, lock, and home to the movie stars. A lot of movies in the 40s and 50s were shot around the Gallup, New Mexico area. A lot of movie stars stayed in this very hotel. It's just the most amazing place. This, if I was you and I wanted to come stay here for a day or two, this is the site, the parking spot I would choose. Why? Because you're out of the main traffic. It's a little noisy, but you're in the hotel, you're not in your van. You're really safe, protected. So I highly recommend this right next to the big old sign, right? Okay, let me show you this inside. You are going to be blown away. My question is, have you ever been to this hotel before? And if you haven't, give yourself a treat. Morning. This is the El Rancho Hotel. 2-story lobby. It's the check-in desk. The lobby's filled full of artifacts from Navajo. The last time I saw an old cigarette machine. John Wayne stayed in this hotel many times. The piano actually works, even though it's a player piano. Or was. Shoe shine. Big old fireplace with some kind of incidental seating. So you can just imagine hanging out in the same space that movie stars from the 40s and 50s that were shooting movies in the area, and the film crew hanging out in this hotel together. I spent many nights sitting right here in this very chair during my 3-night stay, just kind of reminiscing about what it might have been like to be in the environment with the stars, with their crew, working on a movie. This is what they would have seen. Famous star coming down the steps, saying howdy. People mingling up above. And what's really great is because of the fireplace, because as the temperature changes inside outside, there's just the scent of firewood, fireplace smoke, just the fragrance of it in the hotel. Let me show you upstairs, and then I'll show you some of the famous pictures. I'll show you the bar, the gift shop, and the room I stayed in, and the story behind it. Such a great staircase. The timbers are so huge. See, they're half sawn logs. Walls are just graced with all kinds of memorabilia, movie stars. I recognize this one. I recognize that one. Kiosks with you get memorabilia. Anybody know who this one is? I've asked a lot of people. Nobody knows who he is. Cannot make out his signature. Probably know this one. The doors Open to the patio. Imagine sitting here with movie stars and film crew, having a libation or a morning coffee. There's my van, Miss Lily. Let's go back inside. This is where I did What's Up Wednesday live. We had the El Rancho lobby cam, and this was the view during the show hour. Again, just really cool space. Let me show you the gift shop. This is the Ortega Indian Store gift shop. Well appointed. Famous for their silver jewelry. Good morning. Really great stuff, huh? And this is where I discovered Duke, as in John Wayne, bourbon. This is the bottle I purchased. Pretty expensive. This one is really delicious. A little fountain action back here. And this is where I discovered the t-shirt that I'm actually wearing. This one right here. Now, being in the van, you gotta be really careful because it's one in, one out. So one t-shirt actually has to leave for me to wear my El Rancho shirt. It's a long sleeve, which I'm actually liking these days. And it's a really nice quality collar, not really wimpy. So something has to go. That's the rule in the van. One in, one out. Let me show you the restaurant. So just off the gift shop, front desk, is the hallway. Again, everything is just lined with 40s, 50s movie. Breakfast room, dinner. And this is the bar, which is technically not open. I'll probably get yelled at. Again, imagine the movie stars in here commiserating, having a drink, having a smoke. Just love the wide beams. They tell me this, the stainless or the stained glass windows are original. There's kind of the cave grotto ceiling. The bar itself is fairly new. Morning. And if you're staying here, I would recommend the rib tip appetizer. Fantastic amount of meat, really delicious, $9. And if you are into steak, their sirloin steak is a great value, $25. Really nice piece of meat, mashed potatoes, and grilled vegetables. I had a bourbon, did some channel business for dinner one night. It was a lot of fun. Let me show you my room and tell you the story on that. What's awesome is my room is just literally steps from this amazing lobby. And there's just something about coming out of your room and being in the middle of that. Question for you. When's the last time you had a hotel key that looked like that? Yeah, it's been a long time for me too. This is old school and that's the way I love it. I am in room 212. This is the Ida Lupino room. Here we are, on the small side for sure, but full of nostalgia. Bathroom. Really nice shower. This was pretty tight, I must admit. Not the original bathroom as we currently see it, but the original bathroom space. And what's pretty cool is all the doors, all the hardware are original. From the 30s and 40s, right? Now, why does that matter? Because this is the Ida Lupino room. She was a movie star, a director. This is a very cool movie. I highly recommend you watching it. It's in black and white. Lust for Gold, set in the Superstition Mountains. And what's cool is Ida actually stayed in this room. So while the decoration's a little different, she touched that handle, she put her dress on the rod in the closet, she touched that handle on both sides of the door, and she looked out the window. This was her view. Well, at least the windows part. I'm sure the views changed quite a bit over the years. But for me, that's what makes this extra special, is that the person the room's named for actually stayed in the room. And they've got like Spencer Tracy, John Wayne, their suites, and suites were not available. So I would book early if you want to come and stop here. So to stay in an actual suite, a little more space for sure, but then you could actually stay in a room where John Wayne stayed or Spencer Tracy. But because of this, I learned something about somebody I didn't know, which to me is the whole point of travel, is discovery, learning, sensing. Now that I've been staying in the Ida Lupino room, I know that she made 59 movies. She directed 8. And I'm telling you, back in the 40s, 50s, that probably was really uphill work for a lady. Today we kind of expect it, but people like this, ladies like this, were really groundbreakers for a lot of things in their profession. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna grab my bag. Let me tell you why I stayed here and what I recommend it or not. Before I grab my bag, I'm gonna show you one thing that's really cool, and then I'll show you on the outside. So see this panel here on the door and the handle? And the little catch bracket down here. It's kind of the obvious peephole we know today, but this is how they helped ventilate the room back then. See the slats? So if you want some ventilation, you rolled this down and you got some ventilation, and you're exposed to everything going on outside, and they were exposed to everything noise-wise going on inside. I thought that was pretty cool. They probably didn't have individual air conditioners in the room back then. We know that today, right? All right, let me grab my bag here. And let's head for the lobby. This is what's been so cool. This, by the way, is their do not disturb thing. So a little tassel goes right there. We'll close the door. And for the last 3 days, this has been my view, leaving my room to go do work. Now, how about that? So stunning. All right, let's check out. Then I'm gonna go outside and show you the outside a little bit and tell you why I stayed here and would I recommend it or not. Let's go check out. Checking out. Hi there. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And would you like your seat?
That'd be great. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye now. Just a beautiful exterior, so cool. Again, you can just imagine the movie stars hanging out here, right? All right, so this is $129 a night. Total bill's $438. They got some tax on there. Would I stay here again or not? Would I recommend it for you? And that would be an absolute yes. I would recommend this if you're looking for a different experience. I would recommend it if you're looking to have an old movie star experience. I would recommend it if you are doing Route 66 or even portions of. The history here is just over the top, and it's such a different hotel experience from, you know, Courtyard and all the usual stuff we see today. So if you want to step back in time, this is the place to do it. I am eager to do it again. And the reason I stayed is just to be in this atmosphere, quite honestly, and to get some channel work done. That means not moving, having decent Wi-Fi, and just really focusing for a 24, 72-hour period, which I found to be very useful in my travels. Normally I'd be like in an RV park. I'm like, I would much prefer this than an RV park, even though I'm out of the van. And what's really awesome is because my van is parked here, I can come and go from my van and get what I need. Unlike other times I've been in a hotel forced to be, because I had a serpentine belt break, I had a car crash, I had a brake job that failed, and they had to repair and wait for parts. So the last few times I've been in hotels, I was forced to be. I had no van nearby. This was a very different experience. It's been a very popular place for the biking crowd and a lot of foreign folks. I heard a lot of different languages in there, many I did not even recognize. Okay, so next we're gonna do is pack up and we're going to hit the road. Thank you, El Rancho. Wow. And while it's great to be in the hotel and amazing to hang out in the lobby, it's always good to be home in the van. In a situation like this, I like to put my mirrors in using these buttons because it just avoids people running into them. So I do that. Route 66, you're looking at it. We're headed to Albuquerque. And we say goodbye, El Rancho. Charm of yesterday, convenience of tomorrow, 100%. I miss you already. What a great time. What great history, what a great building. All right, let's journey on. Albuquerque.